So we can always give more additional learning for these children and create that interest. Once in a way, we can definitely have, there is no harm in that, especially when we have, strikes going on, or if there is, some festival celebration, maybe on that day they speak about that, national festivals are happening. So we can have certain, remote learning happening even at that time, because we cannot, because children are all used to it. We have gadgets at home, we have systems in place now, teachers know how to go about. There is no harm in providing the things what are required for the current generation.
When we talk about post-pandemic, we are obviously talking about face-to-face classrooms. I assume that is what this person is trying to imply. Yes. Post-pandemic would mean face-to-face classes. So one is that the existing system of assessments will definitely continue. Why should we dispense with it? Because when we were pre-COVID also, we had assessment systems in place, examination systems in place, and I don't see why they should be actually removed. They can continue, but little bit of honing of the pattern of assessments can definitely be looked into. And we can look into a few online assessments happening right there in the class, because today there are tools for online assessments, and then and there in your own computer labs, children can take online assessments. But then when it is a live classroom, nothing like pen paper tests and short tests which do not stress the children out. So post-COVID will almost be like pre-COVID. I do not see a huge jump or a difference in the way assessments are going to happen. Probably we'll try to look at some innovative ways that we use now in the period of the COVID times to, bring a few of the good ones, the good practices into use post-COVID. That's how I look at it. When I visited Kerala a number of times for training, they were not on a very conventional mode. So they are as updated as any other state in the country. So this person need not really worry about it. But let us all as teachers remember one common factor. The way we have started online classes has come to stay, sir. And after school reopens, schools will not be the same as I said before. We'll have to go into a flipped kind of learning. Blended classrooms will come in and children will do a lot of learning in school and at home, sir. We have to get ready for that, including Kerala. There's no exception there. When I enrolled into Harvard University for a free online course on design thinking.
Okay, wonderful. So I think
I'm not starting the course to even say what it is, but it is about the designing ways in which we think. I just went to the overview. But flipped classroom, I already explained. It is one of the methods of blended learning, sir. There are many ways of blended learning. The flipped classroom is one method where the flipping is happening of the learning. So the teacher will actually conduct her face-to-face classes here, and she flips the actual textual learning at home. So children are given guidance and guidelines to learn at home. And you know what happens next day? There is no teaching happening in the school. There is going to be discussion, collaboration, or clearing of doubts, moving to higher order thinking and all that. There will be no traditional teaching at all in a flipped classroom mode. The learning will happen at home. Children come back, the text, all that will be relegated to the home. Children read and come back, ask questions. Today what is happening? The text is being excessively used by the teacher as a tool for teaching. Very few questions are asked. It's going to revert now. The child learns, comes back with a lot of questions the next day, and that is going to be the focus of learning in a flipped classroom under blended learning. Blended learning has got many tools. Flipped classroom is just one of them.
Most probably it will be technology-based learning. Of course, what happens is in a traditional way, our regular schooling is very important because we build the rapport with the students. And it is like a social gathering. We learn so many things which is required for our culture. And children learn a lot of life skill when they come to regular schooling. I think we shouldn't give up on that. Absolutely. We have to continue that definitely. But on and off, we can provide with the online classes for the children to keep up to the current situation. So our children will not lag behind when they are compared with the global standards.
What kind of technology is very early to predict? The computer seems to be only one mode. We never know. But what is important is the fact that ever since UNESCO released its document on life skills, we've been talking about life skills and life skills, 10 life skills, whatever number. But then it has all been mostly like very superficially done in schools right now. I think the future will be where all these life skills, especially collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, all this will now become practical, hands-on work done by children because classes get flipped. Textual matter becomes secondary, and a lot of application of textual matter is going to matter because resources are getting scarce, sir. We need solutions. to manage limited resources. And unless we equip our children with adequate thinking skills beyond what they are doing today, the future would look very bleak. So we'll have to use all these opportunities to get ready to take our children and launch them into the future using those skills appropriately.